Hello everyone, my name is Thư, and today I would like to share with you guys some of the Mandarin sentence particles. So as we have already known that Chinese is the same as English, there are plenty of particles. However, in this video, I'm just going to share with you guys three of the most important particles that we usually meet in our daily life, which are ma, na, and ba. So now, firstly, we are going to start with the question word ma. So when you have to use the sentence word ma, there are two major cases I would like to mention in this video. The first usage is for yes/no questions. For example, 她们俩是姐妹吗? So in this sentence, which means, are they sisters? So we can recognize that to form a yes/no question with ma, you have to keep the structure of the affirmative or the negative sentence. For example, in this example, if you eliminate the sentence word ma, the phrase 她们俩是姐妹 also have its own meaning, and its meaning is they are sister. So to form question word with ma, you have to actually you don't have to do much. You just have to keep the structure of the affirmative or the negative sentence, and then you add ma. Okay, now I'm going to take one more example with the negative sentence using ma. 她们俩不是姐妹吗? Which mean, aren't they sisters? Okay, so that is the first usage of ma. Now let's move to the second case, is for tag questions. For example, I have this question, 咱们明天才去超市好吗? Which mean, let's go to the supermarket tomorrow. Is that okay? So you can easily recognize in the sentence, you also have to keep the structure of the affirmative or the negative sentence at the beginning, and you just have to add the word 好吗,可以吗 at the end to form the tag question using ma. So in this part, I would like you to remember that there are two usage of ma. The first one is for yes/no questions, and the second one is for tag questions. So now let's move to na. So in this part, I would like to mention three usages of the word na. First one is for bounce back questions. So bounce back questions, which means when you receive a question from another person, and then you answer the question, then you ask them back. That is the bounce back questions. For example, A asks B, 你最近怎么样? Then B respond to A, 我最近很好,你呢? Then you can recognize that the phrase 你呢 is to bounce back the question of the person A. Let's move to the second case of na, is for where question. Now I have the example, A asks B, 我的眼镜呢? Then B respond, 在你的头上. The question, 我的眼镜呢 is translated into English, where are my glasses? So you can easily recognize that na is also used for asking the location of some kinds of object, as for the location of a person. So the third situation for using na question is for ongoing action indication. For example, I have this, 等我一会儿,我还要洗碗呢. Translating to English is, please wait for me a minute. I still have to wash the dishes. So I still have to wash the dishes is used to indicate ongoing actions you still have to do. So remember that the particle n, you have three main usages. The first one is for bounce back questions, the second one is for where questions, and the third one for ongoing action indication. Okay, now let's move to the last particle of our today lesson is ba. So in this part, I'm going to indicate three major usages of ba. So the first one is to ask for confirmation. So I have this example. 我们以前见过吧? Translating to English is, we have already met, haven't we? Yeah, so this one is to ask for confirmation, which means you have like an instant certainty, but you still want to receive some kinds of confirmation. You will use ba. Okay, so the second case is for instructions, requests, or suggestions, and etc. So I'm going to give two examples in this part. 你把背囊放在那儿吧, which mean leave your backpack there. Leave your backpack over there. Yeah, to give a soft or a slight instructions in this part. And the second example is 我们去餐厅来点食物吧, which means let's go to the cafeteria to get something to eat. So the second one is to make suggestions. And the third usage of ba is for tag questions. For example, 你是老师吧? The third case is for tag questions. For example, 你是老师吧? So, you can easily recognize that there are two particles in this video you have to use for tag question. They are ba and ma. However, remember that when you use the particle ma, it is exactly for the yes-no question. And for the particle ba, you will use with an instant certainty, and you are expecting for the confirmation of the information you have just given. Okay, so in this part, I would like you to remember there are three major usages of the particle ba. The first one is ask for confirmation. The second one is for instructions, request, and suggestion. And the third one is for tag question with a higher certainty. So now let's move to the exercise. So the first question, 我的电脑. Then the answer will be B, na. So in this question, we used to ask for the location of some kinds of thing, and in this situation you are asking for the location of the computer, so you will have to use na. 我的电脑呢? So the second question is 请问这儿有洗手间? Okay, so this is a kind of yes-no question, so the answer is ma. 这儿有洗手间吗? Okay, the third question is 你有姐姐? The answer is also ma. 你有姐姐吗? Which means, do you have sister? Also yes, no question. Now, let's move to the question number 4. 离考试开始还有1个小时. Okay, so in this situation is indicating an ongoing action, so the answer will be na. 离考试开始还有1个小时呢. Okay, so it is still an hour until the test starting time. We use na to indicate the ongoing action. So now let's move to the fifth question. 我可以进来吗? Then we can respond with the imperative sentence by using 吧进来吧 imperative. Okay, so this is the end of our lesson, and in this summary I would like you to remember, so in this part I would like you to remember three major particles that we have learned. The first one is ma for yes no question and tag questions, and the second particle is na for bounce back question, where question, and ongoing action indication. And third particle is ba for confirmation, instructions, request, suggestions, and tag question. So this is the end of the video, and I hope that the knowledge I have just shared will address your concerns. Okay, goodbye and hope you enjoy this video.